Hi, my name is Raphael, and this is my commemorative speech. Crocky is the word heard around the world. Crocky is a word of a man that educated us about animals. Crocky represents a legacy that revolved around preserving our environment for future generations. Crocky is a word of a man that went face to face with dangerous crocodiles. When you hear Crocky, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin's early life was the basic foundation for the person we knew. He got this enthusiasm when he was very young, and he got it from his mother and his father. His mother's name was Lynn. She was also known as the Mother Teresa of wildlife rehabilitation, and his dad's name was Bob, who was a well-known herpetologist in the area. Steve Irwin and his father would also go out into Australia's bush to look for wildlife of the surrounding areas and basically learn about the huge diversity of animals that live in Australia. Steve Irwin's father, Bob, had a dream of opening up a reptile park. And in 1973, with the help of Steve Irwin, he was able to make that a possibility. They opened the Beerwah Reptile Park, and it wasn't that big, but it was a realization of a dream that Steve Irwin's father had. In 1973, they also worked for the East Coast Crocodile Management Program. It was a way to basically help reduce the number of crocodile shootings by taking these crocodiles that were living in populated areas and moving them to less populated areas. But why does Steve Irwin deserve any sort of recognition? And there is several reasons why I believe that he deserves recognition. One of the main reasons being was that Steve Irwin was a very intelligent person. The biggest dream was taking his father's reptile park and turning it into the Australia Zoo. It went from basically 16 acres and about 100 animals to 80 acres and 1,000 animals. And I think with that alone just shows how smart and intelligent it takes for a person to take something small and turn it into something bigger than anybody could have ever imagined. Now, I also believe that Steve Irwin deserves recognition because he was so informative. With his enthusiastic personality, he was able to put that to use when he aired his first show in 1992 called The Crocodile Hunter. It was a huge success, and it taught us about different types of animals from all over the world. Not only did it help us learn about animals, it also helped the Australia Zoo because it became a huge attraction for tourists that wanted to come and see the crocodile hunter. I also believe that he deserves recognition because Steve Irwin was a very brave person. To work with animals, it takes a certain level of skill and bravery that not everybody has. He was able to face animals that could kill you without or with little or no effort whatsoever. And I definitely have a lot of respect for him in that sense. He not only was able to help animals, but he also made it his life to help out people if he possibly could. Another reason why I think Steve Irwin deserves recognition is because he was a family man. He thrived and he built his life not on his love for animals, but also his love for his family. His wife, he met at the park when his father opened it up, and together they worked together to become like a power couple where they made the Crocodile Hunter. She helped produce it, and she also helped make Australia Zoo into what we know it is today. He not only included his wife, but he included his family in um, his everyday adventures. He took his daughter with him on various expeditions, and eventually she grew up to love her father and respect her father, just like he did his father when he was growing up. And then soon after he had his daughter, he also had his son, and his son had the same high energy, loving personality that Steve Irwin had himself. So that's why I personally believe that Steve Irwin deserves recognition. You know, without him, we wouldn't have the enthusiasm, the care, um, the programs, the wildlife leaders that he came up with. You know, without him, we wouldn't have any of that. We wouldn't know about the importance of preserving our environment and what it means to basically respect nature. You know, sadly, in 2006, Steve Irwin lost his life on an expedition off the coast of Australia. You know, even though he's gone, his legacy will still live on. He was the kind of person that I personally hope to be. You know, he cared about the environment in all forms of life. He taught the world and left behind a family that I know will be just as amazing as he was. Thank you.